Last week, NASCAR hit the streets of Chicago for the third straight year. And with all signs leading us to believe that it will not be coming back for a fourth year, let's look back and see what we can learn, what we can improve on, and what the future of street racing in NASCAR is headed. Now, in 2023, Shane Van Gisbergen got his first ever NASCAR Cup Series win and his first ever NASCAR Cup Series start, the first person to do so in over half a century. This race sparked his career. If Shane Van Gisbergen finishes second, he may never come back to NASCAR, but he won it. He went to Xfinity Series last year, won races, and now he's in the Cup Series, and he's already won two for three at the road courses this year. And heading into Sonoma, he could hit the 75% mark at the road courses. So, in 2024, Shane Van Gisbergen went back to defend his title, but was clipped by Chase Briscoe, and his car was wrecked. Kyle Larson, who was also a hard charger in the race, went to a tie barrier. The race, with two of the favorites out early, looked like it could be disasterful. It wasn't. You had Tyler Reddick chasing down Alex Bowman after the rain delay, and Tyler Reddick just clipping the wall on the last lap, couldn't get it done, but a nail-biting edge-of-your-seat last lap. And then you have this year's race. First race with no rain impacted. You have final 10 laps featuring battles all over the track. Bubba Wallace, Alex Bowman battling out in the final laps. Ty Gibbs, Tyler Reddick chasing down Shane Van Gisbergen. And even though it ended in a fluky called too late caution, still a great race. And that 2023 race, I think, is what sets the precedent for what this event was. The second most viewed NASCAR race of the season, it was close to the Indy 500 viewership ratings, even with a rain delay. Shane Van Gisbergen won. It introduced new fans. I've met new fans who watched their first race was that race. And I've seen fans online whose first race was that race. And they kept coming back. The goal of that event, the Chicago Street Race, was to bring the NASCAR product to fans, not having fans have to come to it. And the people of Chicago, whether they liked it or not, NASCAR was there each 4th of July weekend the past 3 years. And it did get new fans. And it proved that NASCAR could race street courses, setting a precedent for the future. People want to go to street races. We have talks of San Diego. We've had talks of New Orleans, Seattle, Denver, even Charlotte, Pittsburgh. So, Chicago Street Race, a massive success, a huge hyped-up event, one of my favorite events of the year, and this was someone who was extremely skeptical going into 2023. Now, I do think people are getting a little too trigger-happy when it comes to the future of street racing. Was this year great? Yes. Was the year before great? Yes. Was 2023 just amazing? Yes. But I do not think street races are a necessity to this sport's survival. I don't want us to jump into San Diego, rush in there, and just have it be a normal race. Because a street race should not be a normal race for NASCAR. It should be a huge event like the Chicago Street Race is. And I'm not saying San Diego or Denver or any of those cities can't be, but let's not jump the gun on it. We do not need to have one next year, and the sport's going to die if we don't. It's not. That's just not going to happen. But I do want to see street races in the future, but I want them to be as special as this one was, as hyped up, as anticipated. I don't want it just to be another race on the schedule. You want people scrolling through channels to see, a NASCAR street race in a major market like Chicago, maybe a San Diego, even though San Diego is nowhere the size of Chicago being nearly 3 times bigger. But let's make it important. Let's keep the importance, let's keep the excitement up on these races. Because I feel like if we get into a rabbit hole where we're going just to random cities just to have a street race, I don't think anything good comes from that. And I think this is a lot bigger. I don't think this just proves that NASCAR can go to street races. I think this proves that NASCAR can bring their product to markets all over the world. Yes, the world. I think this proves that, there have been talks of a clash in Brazil. I think it can happen in the decades to come. I think Canada would be a great idea. The Mexico idea, it showed it worked. And I think if this race doesn't happen, I don't think we go to Mexico this year because I don't think NASCAR has the confidence to bring their product to crazy markets. Now, in the future of NASCAR coming to these markets, keep making them special. because I think this year was probably the least hyped up year, and I was still really excited. But especially 2023, especially 2024, huge events with sponsors, advertisement everywhere, getting fans ready for these events. So whether it's a street race or Canada or Brazil or a new track, Bowman Gray, a new place for an all-star race, a clash, keep hyping up these events. Make these events seem so special. And if we do go to another street race again, which I really hope we do, make it special. Make it not just another Pocono on the schedule. Make it a race that everyone can look forward to, circle on their calendar, and not circle like this is a nice race, but this is a huge, huge event. Not just a race, an event, which like this race was. And I think this race was really good for NASCAR. I think this whole event was. I think it brought in so many new fans, and I think it did exactly what NASCAR wanted it to do. Now let's keep it that way. Let's bring this sport to the fans, but make it special. And this shows we can make more events special. We don't have to have the Daytona 500 and the Chicago Street Race being the two huge events. Let's make more events. Let's hype up races that already happened. Let's make the Coke 600 seem like the huge event that it is. I think this shows NASCAR marketing can get the job done. This race was awesome. This whole event was awesome. And let's continue this cycle of making races feel important. I'm Jake Lassard. That's my take. Thank you for watching.